Today we're talking about heart health. Having a healthy heart is important for the rest of the body to function as they should. So come on in and let's have a chat. Hi everyone, my name is Anastasia and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, come on and make yourself at home. Here we talk about everything. First, I am going to talk about having a healthy diet. And when I say a healthy diet, I don't mean going on a crazy diet, but rather making small changes in your daily eating habits just to help promote a healthier version of you. And small things, when I say small things, include your salt intake, how much salt you're putting in your food. Salt can be very sneaky, especially when you eat outside or eating fast food. You have to watch how much salt is in all those things that you're eating. And even when you're cooking at home, salt is supposed to just elevate the flavor of the food. It's not supposed to be the main ingredient of the food. So just monitor how much salt you're putting in your food and make that decision. Having too much salt in your diet, you tend to retain fluid, which elevates your blood pressure. And also you end up having swelling in places that you don't want, like your legs and in your hands and in your feet. So salt intake is number one. Number two, when it comes to healthy dieting, is potassium. Potassium is not something that we usually talk about, on a regular basis. But when it comes to your heart health, potassium is a very important mineral that we need in our diet. Two reasons why we need to include more potassium in our diet. There are many other reasons, but I'm going to talk about just these two. Your heart is a muscle, and the muscle needs potassium to function better. And then the second thing is the rhythm of your heart, the lub-dub sound you hear, the electricity of your heart, the conduction of your heart requires potassium for them to function as well. So, food like spinach, sweet potatoes, all those things have potassium in it. So if you can incorporate food that have high potassium in them, that is a good decision to make. Now, we all know exercising is very challenging with busy schedules. And for me personally, my philosophy when it comes to exercising is every little bit matters rather than not doing anything at all. So even if you have just 10 minutes, during lunchtime or 30 minutes after dinner to just go for a brisk walk in the neighborhood, especially now that the weather is changing and it's nicer outside, just going for a walk really can make a difference. If you have 3 hours to spend in the gym lifting weights, more power to you. Congratulations, keep doing it. But for a lot of us, our time is very minimal. And so, the little things that you can do matters. Even if you cannot run, walking, brisk walk, or walking with holding something heavy, weights, that also counts as exercise. And so every little bit counts, whether you can walk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or being in the gym for 4 hours, every little bit counts when it comes to your heart health and moving, keeping your body moving. The next thing that we are going to talk about is alcohol. So in my opinion, there is no reason why we should be drinking alcohol in the first place. It doesn't really do anything for us. But if you do want to indulge in drinking, females, we are only allowed 8 ounces of wine a day. And for male is 2. So 2 8-ounce glass of wine a day for males. Now, the 8-ounce glass, you have to be very careful with that, especially if you're drinking at in a bar or in a club or something that's not in your home. Because when you go to buy, they pour, and whatever they're pouring in your glass is usually more than 8 ounces. So you're thinking, oh, I'm having 1 serving of wine, but you're probably having 2 or 3 servings and not realizing it. So monitoring. And, when they say a glass of wine, it's not just, grabbing your wine glass and pouring it to the brim and calling it 1 glass of wine. No, it's 8 ounces. So keep an eye out on that as well. And then when it comes to cigarette smoking, there's no compromise. You shouldn't be doing it at all. You cannot just smoke 1 cigarette and think that's okay, or maybe once a week and that's okay. No. Cigarette is zero tolerance for cigarette, for smoking, for vaping, any kind of smoking is a no-go at all. So that if you're a smoker, I would definitely recommend seeking help, whether with your physician or support groups to help you combat that issue. And if you're not a smoker, don't even try starting it because it's impossible to stop almost when you are a smoker. Next thing is managing our stress. Stress can definitely elevate your blood pressure. And so anything you can do to help calm yourself down will help slow down your heart, slow down your blood pressure, and prevent it from skyrocketing. I really like classical music when I'm stressed. So even at work, and this might be too much information, if something is stressing me out, I don't mind going to the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, and just listening to some music just to calm myself down. So, that's what I do. Whatever that will help you prevent you from, overly stressing yourself, I would suggest do it, whether it's going for walks, yoga, meditation. I have a coworker that her thing is meditation. She would just excuse herself, go somewhere quiet, even if it's in your car, meditate and kind of center yourself back again before going back to work or whatever. Just whatever is the stress is in your life, keep an eye on it. And when you see that it's coming up, just remove yourself from it. And it just makes for a healthier version of yourself. So having a healthy weight is also very important with your blood pressure. If you're overweight, your heart is working too much, and then that leads to other issues as well. So when it comes to weight loss is very controversial. So what I will say is look at yourself with your healthcare provider, whether it's a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, or a physician, looking at yourself, your health history, your family history to determine what a healthy weight is for you. Healthy weight is personal. It's not just about, how tall you are and your body shape to determine a healthy weight. It comes with, you have to take a look at the whole body, the whole history of a person to determine a healthy weight. Because what I consider a healthy weight for my body type is going to be different from what you consider a healthy weight for your body type. And same for the person sitting next to you. So, don't just look at a random number like a BMI or something like that and just assume, oh, if I hit this goal, then I'm healthy. No, you have to put it into consideration, your health history, where, you're dieting, how much, what kind of food you eat, how active you are. It's just a whole total body thing to come up with a healthy weight for yourself. Next will be actually monitoring your blood pressure. So they sell blood pressure machines in all the pharmacies, Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, anywhere you go, you can just ask for a blood pressure machine and they sell them. I suggest, as much as you can, if it's every morning or every morning and night, taking your blood pressure, writing it down, keeping a log. That way you can see the trend. So let's say for the past week, your blood pressure is always like 110 over 60, 110 over 60. And then all of a sudden you see it going up, maybe 112, 115, it keeps going up. It just kind of triggers you to say, something is different. What's going on? And possibly it could be stress related, or go to your doctor and see, if this is something that needs to be addressed immediately, or is just something that you can manage with lifestyle changes. And speaking of keeping a log, is good when you go to your doctor's office and you have a log for the physician or whoever the healthcare provider is to take a look at the data that you've collected on your own, to take a look at it and make decision based on it. Because what tends to happen is that maybe you go to the doctor's office maybe once or twice a year, and that's all the blood pressure numbers they have on you. And there's a lot that can be gained from those two blood pressure readings, but it's just better when there's a lot of information and collecting data and making better judgments from it. So advocating for yourself, going to your doctor and saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing. I don't like it. Or what do you think of it? Let's do something about it is definitely a good goal. And then also making sure you're actually going to your doctors, your physical exams at least once a year. Even if you think you're healthy, there's nothing wrong with you, definitely go to your doctors. There are, routine labs that needs to be drawn to make sure everything is okay. Your thyroid, your CBC, your CMP, all those things, your doctor will check to make sure everything is fine. And if it's not, it's good to go and for them to catch it early and treat it than waiting, a couple more years and going and finding out it's already too late, or it's just going to be more difficult to manage. And I know, especially from my community where I come from, we don't like going to the doctors, especially when it comes to medication. We think, oh, too much medication is not necessary, and we don't tend to take care of our health when it comes to things like that. So please definitely follow up, going to your doctors, checking in. Even if you're healthy, just get checked and make sure everything is okay, and that's it. Wash your hands off, and then you come back the next year. That's it. And then also, if you already have high blood pressure, definitely take your medication. Like I was saying, it's easy for us to kind of dismiss what the doctors are recommending and just assume, oh, they just want money, it's too much. There's a reason why you're prescribed the medications that you are. So please take them and follow up. If the doctor wants to see you every 3 months, every 6 months, look at the medications that you're on, adjust it, and make changes as necessary. Please follow up and go see your doctors so we can better make decisions and keep your blood pressure from getting worse. Because if you're not taking your medication, that means your blood pressure is not controlled. So it's just going to be elevated all the time. And the risk of having a stroke or an aneurysm is high when your blood pressure is consistently elevated. And we don't want that, right? Next thing is sleep. Oh, getting a good night's sleep, having enough time to sleep. It is very challenging, especially with busy, working families with kids and everything else. What I do is that I will set a time, depending on what kind of extra activities, school things that we have the day. Between 8 and 9, everybody is upstairs. You don't have to be asleep at 8, but you're going to be in bed, whether you're reading a book or just laying down, calming yourself down and preparing yourself for sleep. I will personally put my phone on Do Not Disturb by 9 p.m. because I don't want to get any notifications. I don't want to see any more emails. I don't want to see any more text messages, because it's just a habit. When you hear that ding sound on your phone, you automatically want to get up and go check it. And then that wakes you up and ruins your sleep. So I would suggest set a time, turn your phone off on Do Not Disturb, and just enjoy a quiet time, getting your mind ready and go to sleep. The recommendation is 8 to 9 to 12 hours of sleep. I don't have 12 hours. I don't have 8 hours to sleep, but at least a minimum of 7 hours of sleep every night is very, very necessary. Even not for your heart, but for your overall health. Your body needs time to reset at night. With everything that you've done during the day, you have to give your body a little bit of time to break and rest and get ready for the next day and everything else that you have planned for the day. And then lastly, what I want to talk about is caffeine. So caffeine will elevate your heart rate. It will make your heart, beat faster. And if you already have high blood pressure, you don't want to add anything that's going to make your heart beat faster. So the recommended dose for caffeine is 0.4 grams a day, which is not much. So if you go to, a very popular coffee shop and you're grabbing a large, whatever, mocha latte, blah, 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 you're not exactly sure how much caffeine is in it. And so you end up, hyper for, a couple minutes, and then you just crashes. What I do, and it's probably not even, up to the standard, is that I don't do coffee because coffee is too strong for me personally. So I like tea. So I would do 1 bag of caffeinated chai tea in the morning, and then in the afternoon, around maybe 1 or 2, I will do 1 bag of decaffeinated tea in the afternoon. I don't want the caffeine in the afternoon because it's going to keep me up at night, but I just want something to drink. So what I do is I'll do the decaffeinated tea in the afternoon, just to, make me feel like I'm drinking something, but it's not caffeinated. So that would be my recommendation. And speaking of caffeine and drinking, hydration, hydration, hydration. You need to drink enough water to provide, because your blood is made up of water. So you need the water to keep it moving, to keep it flowing, to keep it going. So make sure you are hydrated enough. And then another thing, take a look at yourself. You know yourself better than any doctor or anybody else that you want to go to. If you notice that there are some changes in your body, especially headaches, headaches are a telltale sign that there's something wrong with your blood pressure. If you keep constantly getting headaches and you know it's not stress related, it's not because of something you're eating, then definitely check your blood pressure. Make sure it's not too high or too low, because there is too low of a blood pressure also. So if you have headaches, you're checking those. If you're dizzy, if you get dizzy a lot, that's also another tell sign of high blood pressure. If you get up and you get dizzy from sitting to standing, that's also another tell sign for you to take a look at your blood pressure. All right, guys. So those are some of my tips and tricks of how to prevent and manage hypertension, high blood pressure, if you have it. As always, please leave a comment down below if you have any questions or concerns. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.